Well, welcome back, guys. So again, something cool. Still looking for the name. Please let her know if you have any ideas. Today, joining us is Zelmarie. I've done a few great projects with her before as well, working together, I think, for the past 2 years now. She has Rocco Marketing. That's a digital marketing agency she's had for the last 5 years. And she has 8 years of marketing experience herself. So we're just going to discuss business marketing strategies on digital platforms all over. And yeah, so Zelmarie, welcome.
Thank you guys for having me today.
So tell us, what is strategic marketing and what does it entail for business?
Strategic marketing is a comprehensive overall look on the target market that you want to reach. So the idea is to get insights and an overview about what your marketing plan is. It's a long-term plan that you gather information and data and relevant, customer behavior. So a strategic marketing plan gathers all the information and it enables you to actually create a long-term plan, which you then enables you to have a long-term business growth as well.
Okay. And how would you say you gather that information?
With research. So the first point that you have to take in consideration, one of the components is research. You have to go and research what your client's behavior is, the demographics about your clients, buying patterns, pain points that they might have. This enables you to create a target audience, which you then divide into segments. That segments you can use to obviously create data of a target audience that you want to reach on your marketing channels.
The information that you gather, what type of platform would you use? Because Facebook has, Meta has some of the information available, like the interests and the behaviors. But like you said, the buying patterns, how would you be able to research that or follow it?
I think with a strategic plan, you have a long-term plan, but monthly reporting is quite important. So to use platforms to take that relevant reporting and gather that information, because you have very nice platform, which one I can recommend is actually Sendable. Sendable is a platform that you can use to pull reports on all of your social media platforms, including your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube channel, your Google My Business. And you take that information and you see if you're actually achieving what your long-term goal was. Are you reaching the correct demographics? Do you need to change your marketing strategy to align with your demographics that you want to reach? It gives you insights on which areas you're targeting, especially when you specialize in a specific area. Reporting monthly, I think, is the most important thing, because as important as a strategic marketing plan is, which is long-term, your monthly reporting you can gather that information on monthly so that you can make sure you stay aligned with your long-term plan.
So Sendable gives you information on your clientele.
On your clientele,
okay.
Especially when you send information, and it will tell you exactly, how was your audience doing, or how was the clients interacting. It even shows you information like exactly what type of interaction they had and what type of content they liked. So on the end of the day, you can design content or create content, then obviously design artwork as well that clients interact and actually draw their attention as well.
So just a question, if we take it in a practical sense, let's say there's a new shoe company that opens a shoe store, and they create content. They have a strategic plan of reaching the higher market or upper class market. So they're more exclusive, more higher value shoes. So now they create all of this content, this social planning, all of that, and they use the reporting every month, and they see their content is more being consumed by the middle class and lower class people, which is not their target market. So how would you from there on change things? Or say you get the report, but your report doesn't match with your strategic goal.
When it doesn't align, it's very easy. That's the nice thing about digital marketing. It's not like a billboard that you put up and it's there for the next 6 months, whatever the case may be. You can go and adapt your artwork firstly. I would say look at your target audience, look at what you're targeting, what interest and what behavior. The thing about digital marketing is testing, testing different areas, testing different audiences. And if you see your audience is not working, you can pick up the first week, if a client is not happy with the relevant leads that they're getting. And the thing about it is it's not the amount of leads that you get, but the people who are actually converting. And the end of the day is, if you see a client is not converting sales at this stage, my suggestion would be immediately doing changes. Stop the ad campaign and immediately do changes, because we know exactly what our clients need to achieve at month end. So what we make sure is, that's my job, that's what I actually do, is to see how the ads are performing, what's happening with the ads. And obviously, are we converting or are we not converting? And if we're converting, what channel are we using? Is it from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? Is it from Google Ads that we're converting? Or is it people that actually just, searched information and a relevant blog came up from your website? So it's very important for us to make sure that we monitor that during the course of the month. So it's not like work that you do. So if you see you're not targeting the correct audience and it's not aligned to the audience that you wanted to create or to reach, then obviously you need to adapt that and make immediate changes. And that's the great thing about digital. It's immediately that you can change it.
Would the strategies be the same for an ad campaign and for your social media itself, or the feed? So would you use the same content, the same way of targeting your audience, or would it be a different strategy when you have to use your feed, your personal Instagram page, versus using an advert campaign for Facebook and Instagram? Would that differ?
Yes, I think the message would be the same that you want to, transfer to the client. The message should stay the same, but the audiences do differ. So if you target a younger audience, you should make sure that you're on the relevant channels and the relevant platforms. But I feel that content should be consistent as well. So I would go and create the same content for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, but in the relevant dimensions. It's very important, the correct dimensions. But I would definitely use it I'll use the same content all overall and see what is happening with that content. And from there, make necessary changes, because your message and your brand building is so important that you should stick to the message. You can't go and do a video for Facebook because you feel it's an older audience, but then you go for Instagram and then it's a younger audience, because I think that is changing quite rapidly currently. If you look at TikTok, for instance, we had the discussion this morning about young people being on TikTok, and it's actually, everyone is on TikTok. If I look at people who communicate on TikTok, the people who like the videos, it's the age category from 35 and upwards as well. So we shouldn't leave out certain platforms because we feel it's not for us. So I would use the same content, and after I've pulled reports, see what's happening. You'll see on the reporting as well monthly, it's different. Some people interact with a certain image or certain video that you guys normally create, and some of them would rather in Facebook interact with your image. So, but I think your content should stay the same. It is consistent.
If someone started, let's say I'm starting a new business from scratch now, and we're selling watches as an example, what would the best strategy be to follow? To firstly, the main goal would be, to get website visits, and then after that conversions to sell the watches. But to start off, I have no social media, nothing. I'm starting off from scratch. What would be the best way? Should I go for, I know there's video views that you can choose to get more views on a video, or brand awareness. What would be the steps be to start from scratch?
So when you launch a new product, I think it's, actually informing the client before you launch the product. So there should be like a pre-plan that you do, a pre-launch that you do before you actually launch the product. That I would always suggest. So my suggestion is, when a client launches a new product, we would say, okay, listen, we need to create awareness first. Even with your Facebook or Google, it doesn't matter which platform you go to. They need to pick up that you're actually converting before you can focus on conversions. So the setup would be initially that you want to have as many clicks as possible, as many views as possible. Does
it matter who those clicks are and the views, or can it be just as much as possible?
No, because we want to pick up conversions.
Yes.
We want to start picking up conversions.
Okay.
As soon as you convert, Google and Facebook and everyone picks up that you're actually converting, then you can change your strategy, because at the end of the day, you want to find out exactly how much you're going to pay per lead. So the question that I normally get from clients is, what should my ad spend be? It's so difficult to determine, because I do research. We have our platforms that we do research, where we can see the average click per cost per click. But it's very difficult for us to set a budget, because it depends on what content we put out there. So the best thing to do is, the first month I would use my budget just to get clicks and views. And from there, I would like to convert as well. For brand awareness, I feel that videos is very important. To keep my videos active, even though it's not converting necessarily, is so important because people see behind the scenes. They see the real people behind the scenes. They don't see an image or a video that was bought or whatever the case may be. So I feel the work that you guys do from Video View is amazing, obviously, and that we feel that our campaigns, all of our campaigns are always active with your videos. So I think it's important to focus firstly on your views and your clicks, and then from there, look at your conversions. Yeah, and at the end of the day, the client wants conversions, they want sales. They don't want to hear, listen, I got so many clicks, I got so many views, they don't care about it.
They want to know how much they sold.
Exactly.
Yes, that's true.
So, but the first, a client should understand, especially when you launch a new product, that you need to create a brand awareness, you need to build trust with the client, and you need to understand their buying behavior, what entices them to buy. You know, do they purchase online? Would they rather find out from the person? Because it's easy to do an online shop, but do people really do online shopping? Because there is a trust issue. So you should find out exactly what your client needs, the behavior obviously, and what their buying behavior is.
But versus marketing platforms, for instance, let's say Meta versus Google AdWords. If you're starting off, would you launch both campaigns, or would you rather go to? Because in my opinion, the way I think about it is, I would start off with Google, because if someone's typing in for something, it means they're actively searching for it. But I know Google is much more expensive if you look at your clicks that you get through it than with Facebook, for instance.
Yes, your clicks, it can be, in some situations, your Google ads can be a little bit more expensive, but it depends on your ad structure and how your ads are optimized. And obviously, in comparison with Facebook, is obviously you get more leads, but it's not necessarily people that's converting. So I think you should firstly look at what you're selling. You know, is there search traffic? So my initial starting point would be, if a client comes to me and say, listen here, we need a proposal for digital marketing, I would go and say, listen, I need to go and do my research first. Is there traffic on Google? Because I can go and advertise on Google, but there's no search traffic. If there's no search traffic, then I can't tell the clients to go and with Google Ads, then I'll focus on brand awareness. If you compare the platforms with a new product or a product that's not really searched on Google, I would use my social media to create brand awareness first, and then activate a Google Ads campaign on my brand name. When people search my brand name, when I go and do research, they come to the website.
So what is the key benefit of a business implementing a strategic marketing approach?
Firstly, the insights that you gather. So when you do your strategic marketing plan, the most important part, or one of the most important parts, is the research part. You gather that information, you create a segment. You take that segment and you create a client persona, which identifies the demographics, the behavior, the buying, the pain points that they have. So I think that it's when you come to a strategic plan in the research, that the research part is it's a starting point. From there, you can actually implement a plan, because it's a strategic marketing plan is a comprehensive plan. It's something that you want to achieve on a long term. So on the end of the day, is if you do your research, you can target the audience and align that with your plan, so that you make sure that you reach your goals and your long-term business goals.
In each plan, there's of course now a marketing campaign. Let's call it the ad spend that should be set up. Do you use one campaign, meaning it's only one ad that runs with a set ad spend, or would you rather recommend using your total budget and running, call it 4 different campaigns throughout the month in a certain time period?
So different campaigns, definitely, because as you do your research because now you have your strategic plan, you have your idea of what you want to reach on the long term. You have your, you have the part where you actually need to go and have a look. So I would run different ads to see which ones are actually converting. If a client is not converting, or it's not getting enough views or not getting enough clicks, I will immediately switch my the campaign off, obviously. So I would use different campaigns to start off with. I'll split the budget up to different target audiences as well, because then maybe this week we'll test our different target audiences, and if it's converting, it's great. But maybe if it's not converting, we can go and change the audiences and not necessarily change the physical ads. So we play around with audiences. So I would definitely split up the budgets.
How would you depend if a campaign is converting or not? What is your factor there that tells you it's working or not?
So we work, our responsibility is mostly leads or sales. So that's what we focus on. So on any campaign that you run, even if it's Google, Facebook, Instagram, it shows you where it's actually, when it's converting, it shows you the amount of that it's actually converting. So I can immediately see if my video is converting or if the static image is converting. So it does pick it up, but that's the thing, is you need to set up your campaign. That's why it's important not to boost the ad. Most of people, post a video and then they go boost the ad, but are they really? They're reaching 5,000 people, whatever the case may be. But did you get a real sale out of it, or did you get a lead that was actually converting? So what we do normally with clients is we work close with a CRM system for them, so we can actually see the physical leads coming in. And the most important part is that we obviously monitor the leads. Clients actually tell us, listen here, the leads that comes from Google or from Facebook, and then we'll determine which ones are converting or not converting. I feel from a marketing perspective is I'll activate all the campaigns. So obviously if I have an unlimited budget, I would say, listen, let's do Google, let's do social media, let's do TikTok, let's do all the platforms. But for instance, I had a new client the other day, and it's a new service that's in the industry. But that's the thing about your strategic marketing plan, is you need to have your long-term goal, but be able to adapt to situations and environments. So I would definitely split my ads up into different campaigns and see which ones are converting.
If you say you change the ads, do you mean, what are the factors? I know, for instance, you can change the creative, but sometimes it's not the creative, it's the location. If it's not the location, it's the audience. So what would be the factor that you focus on first to change?
Definitely your audience, because we take a lot of time and effort to do research on the content and to create content. You guys know how long it takes to create content and the effort you put in. So I feel that the first point that we started is definitely your audience, because we have a lot of people on social media, but some people can't afford a certain product or service and things like that. So I would immediately start with that, targeting higher income people, maybe if it's relevant to your product, or, focusing on specific areas that you want to target and maybe broaden the area. With Facebook and Instagram, it's very difficult to target a specific area, because you can say, for instance, you want to target Centurion, but you do still get leads from Joburg and stuff like that. So we try to exclude areas as well. So there's a function that you can exclude certain types of elements of your target audience as well, which helps. If you don't want to target a specific interest, then you can go and exclude that. That's why it's so important to have your marketing company create your ads and not specifically just press boost and hope for the best.
Yes. Does it help to be specific in your audience, or can it also have a negative impact if you run an ad?
Out of experience, we have seen that some clients had negative impacts, doing specific audiences instead of just opening it broad and say, listen, let's run the ad the entire Centurion, or let's run the ad the entire Gauteng and see what's happening. So depending on which client it is, and that the only way to find out is actually to test that. So that's why that would be one of the campaign strategies, would be let's open the audience to a broad spectrum and see if it's converting. And if it's not, let's change it. Some of the clients feel that they don't want irrelevant leads or sales or things like that, because they have salespeople. It's time that they're spending following up the leads and things like that. But also to have a campaign, to gather that information, compliance with the POPI Act, obviously, making sure that you can reuse that data in email marketing and WhatsApp marketing. I think it's important to rather get more leads and more information. And then obviously when people sign up and it's relevant, then obviously you can remarket to them.
What is your take on WhatsApp marketing? You mentioned it now. I know it's still starting out a bit. A lot of people feel it's a bit invasive of privacy because it's your personal number. So what is your take on it? What do you think?
Well, I feel that it's a great marketing tool. So firstly, it is an awesome marketing tool if a client wants in obviously to get that marketing. Especially with specials that you're running for a shop or retail store, or if there's a special promotion or just news that you want to broadcast to the clients. It's a very effective tool. It's a very easy way to communicate with clients as well. Out of experience, people don't necessarily, you get your now and then people who negatively, react to that WhatsApp that they receive. But then obviously it's very easy for them to opt out or to say, listen, I don't want to get messages anymore. And then you just make sure you get out. But for me as a marketing company to reuse my information that I received and the people opt in, it's very effective to broadcast news, specials, promotions that you're currently running and things like that. So, these days, I mean, I don't check SMSs anymore.
Yes,
I mean,
no one does.
who checks SMSs? So that's the thing about WhatsApp is everyone is on WhatsApp. So I feel it's an effective marketing tool, and it's very, very cost effective as well. If you look at it, I mean, I think you pay like 2 cents per WhatsApp that you send out. That's nothing in comparison with email marketing or SMS marketing. It's a very effective, cost-effective way to broadcast the message.
And back to email marketing as well, do you think it might still be, because currently in terms of sending messages, I think that's the most effective one currently to get your message through. But do you think WhatsApp might overtake it in terms of the market, call it message marketing? Might my WhatsApp take it past, or do you think email is still going to be up there? Well,
in our email marketing strategies, we don't necessarily sell products. We actually build clients' trust and we inform them. So that's why blogs are important. So it's not necessarily that you sell products on email. So there is a different strategy that you follow with the email marketing and that you do with WhatsApp marketing. But it does with sales related. I feel WhatsApp marketing is definitely going to take over. Yeah. If I look at the click rates, if I go and look at the stats, visible stats out of the last few months out of experience now, is that people actually interact with your WhatsApp as well. But email marketing is still very effective. I must say, even if you just inform the clients about, asking for references, things like that. But blogs, I think, is the most important thing because clients don't want to find out about the special every month that they're having. They're just going to be your unsubscribed, stats are going to be sky high. So I feel that you have to give clients relevant information that they're looking for. If they sold a car, what's happening in the car industry, what new cars are going to launch, what's relevant to you, what car did you buy, are you getting, what's about your warranty, informing a client specifically on what product they bought.
I think also we discussed that a lot as well, is you need to provide value first. Because if you provide value, then the clients start to trust you. But if you go ask for money the whole time, I'm selling this new promotion, it seems spammy and there's nothing of value to them. But like you said, if you provide them with valuable information, then after a while they think, okay, he provides me with insight, so what does his services offer me that I actually pay for? That's the way I think about it.
I agree with you because the value is the important part. They always say it's easier to sell to a current client than to a new client because that client has previously worked with you and out of experience. So I think I agree with you. Email marketing does actually give you the value, whereas WhatsApp marketing, you can't add links and things like that. So it's very difficult for us to, send traffic or say, listen, you go here to buy or purchase or see the promotions. You're only creating brand awareness, and it's like a billboard advertisement that you do. You send it out, but you're not sure about how many people actually go to the store or go to the retailer or to the client's website to go and do further research about the specials or what promotions.
Cool. Right, guys. Thank you very much. It was pretty good, Zelmarie. Thanks. We appreciate it. Thanks for your time. It was really insightful. So we hope you guys can take a thing or two from it and then hopefully implement it into your business strategies. We'll leave her link and everything below. You're more than welcome to talk to her if you have any questions. Yeah, until next time.
See you again, guys.
Nice.